Hello and welcome back to Through the Matrix. I am here. My name is Kai Chameleon, and today I have a very special guest. This is really awesome. He actually came out to my home personally to come and have this interview with me. So, Grant Harris of Southern Illinois Flow and NLE, which is Northern Lights Entertainment Group, is here with us today, kind of just talking about a little bit about what he does and what we do as a community coming together and bringing some really cool objectives. Grant is, I would say, about 10 years into the business now with what you're doing, or 13th year. That's insane. So Grant has literally changed my life as a perspective, just because going and actually being a part of what he does, which is his annual fire walks. I add the ability to go out and actually go and walk on fire. I had just lost my job. I was dealing with a whole lot of stuff at home, and honestly, that weekend really was a changing point for me. So I really wanted to kind of talk about the things that he does as just kind of as a life coach, a creator, somebody who puts things together. He very much inspires me, and I really hope that he will inspire you. So today, the first question that we have here is, who are you, Grant? What necessarily started you off in doing NLE, Southern Illinois Flow, and the annual fire walks that we do every month here?
Hey Kai, thanks so much for the message and question of love and support that you started out with. I love the description that you have given me and the introduction. First and foremost, really, I've been in flow arts and really working with fire the last 12 years, going on my 13th, as mentioned previously. And it really started right around the age of 18, where, we were just a bunch of kids hanging out in the backyard, kind of really having fun and enjoying a good party, and ended up going to a couple of events. Used to be at Camp Zoe in Missouri, and that was the first instance where we saw someone performing with fire, and it was captivating. So captivating that, of course, we went home to our own state of Southern Illinois, born and raised, and basically created our own first set of fire poi, found ways to fuel them, and started on this journey. And it's been really fun and fascinating of all the people I've met throughout the years in this time as well. That's kind of where everything started, and now what we're looking forward to is where we're going. And right now we have two current companies, which is, you had mentioned, Northern Lights Entertainment, or also known around Southern Illinois as NLE, and our most recent adventure, we are relaunching our events, which are flow events, all the way back from when they first started in 2014 to 2017, named Southern Illinois Fire and Flow Retreat, or also abbreviated, as most people in the flow scene know now, as So-Ill Flow. And this is actually the first year where we're taking our annual fire walk and starting now to do it as a monthly edition, to where we have one event per month through all of the camping seasons, usually starting in June all the way until October.
Now, with all that being said, one of the biggest things that I like to do here on Through the Matrix is allowing us to manifest something together. And, I kind of like to look back at some of these podcasts as a way to be like, wow, I remember doing that podcast with Grant, and look what we talked about and look what we did. So one of the things that I'm asking here now is what is something that you're looking forward to in the future, as if it's already happened. I really think that it's important to whenever you're manifesting things, kind of just live as if it's going to happen. So what are things that are upcoming for you in this future that we are getting ready to plow into? I mean, I'm really excited with some of the things that you already have, coming up. But I mean, what's something that you're, just overly ecstatic about that like you're ready to like bring into your reality for yourself?
Wow, what a great question. It's always been goals of mine to travel the world and teach firewalks everywhere. It's such a powerful type of workshop for many individuals that really almost anybody can try. That's probably what I like to call my BHAG. And I know we had the pleasure the other day of sitting down and being able to talk for a few hours, and it was so enjoyable, and I believe I gave you that meaning of what a BHAG was, which is my big hairy ass goal, and excuse the language for any kids on there, but that's the way that I look at that one. But let's talk about maybe what is also very close as a goal of what we're orientating right now this year and all the way up for the next 5 years here in Southern Illinois. And that's where we are now not just doing the firewalks at these events, but through my years of performer experience, I have had the pleasure of meeting a lot of other flow prop spinners and amazing flow artists that teach workshops and self-building classes. And what we are manifesting down here right now is actually bringing a lot of those talents and those workshops right down here to our local area of Southern Illinois to finally give a flow event back down here again, like what we did to start back in 2014. And now that we have our own venue, actually owned by myself, it makes it 10 times easier to host these as these monthly gatherings. And ideally, we're going to keep bringing in big name instructors, and hopefully when travel restrictions also lessen here in the future, what we're going to add to that is international instructors. In the past, we've even had big names such as Shade Flame Water. We've had Chaz from the UK, a great acro staff instructor, and Marvin Ong off of the coast, as well as Feet from Malaysia. So these are great individuals that I can't wait for a lot of the Midwest community in flow arts to be able to see and intertwine with these amazing international performers, and hopefully we can have them down here by next year. And this year we'll keep bringing in amazing artists from all across the states though, so the long-term goal is definitely to take this international, and short-term goals is to bring everybody to us. So
that's so awesome. Kind of going into just the idea of like some of the people that you're going to be bringing in and some of the people that you've worked with, I am curious to know like who are some of these individuals that like really like pushed you to be doing what you're doing now as far as NLE goes, because I see that you've had a lot of years of instruction. You had to have been taught to be the person that you are through other people. I feel like we kind of just take on other people's energies through the years and kind of shift and grow. And who's really formed Grant Harris? Like who's the master chief of like the firewalks that really like brought you into what you're doing now?
Ooh, that's another great question, Kai. I'm gonna have to think about this one. I do have a couple that come to my mind immediately. One is my master firewalk instructor, Kevin Axtell, out of the Firewalking Center in California. Great group of people. He was trained by the godfather of firewalking, or as considered in the States and some participating countries, but Tolly Burkham. And he has many books about firewalking out there, and was one of the main individuals that took firewalking mainstream, and more just out of a religious aspect or a ceremony type aspect. Absolutely great great individuals that have led me to where this path is right now. But I also have to thank my family. I would not have this opportunity without them. My mother and my father and even my brothers, have done their little participating parts. And also a lot of motivation was the first individual, which was my best friend from 5 years old. That actually was the very first person that me and him ever went to an event and saw someone spitting fire that captivated us for that first time. His name's Harley Forbes, and I'm forever grateful for him really getting me into this and constantly pursuing me to follow it and stay with it. Even on the rough years where, it's hard to learn a move or it's hard to transition into being a better performer constantly. Nowadays, Harley doesn't spin anymore, not out of choice by any means, but he was in a severe accident about a year ago. And, the most amazing thing now is how he still motivates me to follow through with the fire walks and everything. And how unbelievable it is that he can still use that type of power. So by far, even him as being one of my best friends throughout my entire life, and going through such a severe motorcycle accident to where now he doesn't have the use of his legs or really the mobility of his hands, we're still going to get him to spin fire, and he's motivated about it. We are actually on the path of him becoming a motivational speaker as well now too for fire walks in the future, and it's unbelievably motivating. Really, if you just look at the element of fire, how that has transitioned to create a lifestyle around that. But a lot of those individuals were the very beginning of what got me in, and also helped keep me going through these past couple years, to the point now of what you guys have seen of really creating a brand new event for the Southern Illinois area.
One of the biggest things that I really, have taken notice to the fire walk is that you don't have to be a fire performer or a fire spinner or a poi spinner or whatever to come to these fire walks. I think that it's a good, important reminder that, it's really good to challenge yourself, no matter whether that be a flow prop that you pick up or, a new challenge, a new job, a new experience. There's always so many different things for you guys to be doing and trying, including in the Southern Illinois area. If you are interested in, partaking in something like this, I definitely highly recommend you to come out and do this. This has definitely been a life changer for me. I kind of went into the mindset of, oh my God, like my feet are going to hurt so bad. But like, I will tell you, having Grant there beside me, kind of talking to me and being like, no, like you got this, it's just about your mind over matter, type of situation. Whenever I was, standing there about to step foot on that fire, I kind of got to the point to where I had to just let myself go. Grant actually had another workshop with the Dancing Bear Tribe, which is a troop that I am a part of. We go across the United States, different raves, different, tribes, come together and, really teach people that, they can do really whatever it is they want to do with their lives. And, having Grant come and collaborate with the Dancing Bear Tribe has been amazing. He was in St. Louis the other day and literally had me in a trust fall to where I fell right back into a group of people that I had no idea who they were, or I knew of them, but I'm like, are they going to be able to carry me? I feel like I'm going to fall off this chair and break somebody's arm. I was scared, and I will tell you, having Grant there just kind of remind me, you're taken care of, people got you, you really have to trust yourself and the universe and the people around you for you to really resonate and be in the vibration of love. And that's one thing that he has taught me, and that's something that I really want to teach you guys too. So again, if you're not from the Southern Illinois area, or if you are from the Southern Illinois area, please come and check out the annual firewalks that are in Ozark, Illinois, held on Grant's farm. Another thing that I really want to kind of talk to him about before we get off here is, what are some things that you really want to let people know and remind people about your fire walks. I mean, like, you know, you got my experience, but what's something that like you really feel like will benefit other people in this day and age to walk on fire?
Well, the number one thing I always get told anytime I tell people, oh, I'm a fire walk instructor, is, oh, well, I'm not going to get my feet burned, because that's what we think. So I ask all of the participants listening right now, if what we've talked about today with these fire walks does intrigue you, don't ever judge if you're going to walk across those coals until you're standing in front of them in that present moment. It's so easy to perceive what may happen or what may not happen to a situation that has not happened yet. So we have about a 2-hour class, honestly, where the first hour and a half is just the history and learning about the firewalks, learning about the wood we use, the material, a little bit of science, you know, about it as well, and finding out that you don't have to have calloused feet to walk across hot coals, or you know, you don't really have to have this strong layer of skin. Really, like you said perfectly, Kai, anybody can do this, and that's what I love about facilitating these firewalks. So if this does intrigue you, definitely look us up. We have 2 websites as well. The first one is my personal website, where you can also go in and book us for workshops, which is www.nlefire.com. Or you can also look at our event websites, where you can purchase tickets and come out and join us for one of these great weekend retreats. And that is labeled www.soillflow.com, and spelled out is SOILLFLOW.com.
Last thing that I do really want to let other people know as they're listening to this is it's not just fire walking that we do here. Like, there are a lot of different things that Grant, you know, provides, and that's different instructors on, you know, whether you're spitting fire to poi to yoga to manifestation. I actually held the manifestation workshop at the last event that we had, and it was a really, really great turnout. We all wrote down some intentions that we wanted to put into the universe, and whenever we were done writing them out, we threw them into the fire, and everything's been really manifesting for me since then. So, you know, if this has inspired you, or if you guys want to come to the fire walks, please go and visit his pages. I appreciate every single one of you, and until next time, keep smiling.